Several states hit record voter turnout. Orange man bad because very bad and very orange. And Black Lives Matter turns anti-Semitic. Before we get started with the news, if you're watching this video, I want to ask that you please go hit that and subscribe button on my homepage, like this video, and share it with your friends. I don't have a marketing team or a big fancy studio. I'm just a dude trying to share the information that I think is important in easy to understand ways. I don't promote my own stuff, so I leave that up to you, my viewers. So all my video traffic comes through you. So what are you waiting for? It only takes 2 seconds. Go to my homepage, subscribe. If you like the content that I'm putting out, if you'd like to see more of it, if you want to be part of helping my channel grow, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you never miss a video, and share this video with your friends. And if everyone who watched this video shared it one time, I would be the biggest YouTube channel by the end of the year. All right. As I said yesterday, tomorrow is Halloween, my favorite holiday of the year, because it is the one time a year that nerds get to dress up and it's socially acceptable. So I also said yesterday that I'd be in costume. So who am I today? If you haven't guessed, today I am dressed up as Tim Pool. Tim Tibble's dressed up as Tim Pool. So all joking aside, Tim Pool is one of my own personal heroes. I think he's a really smart guy. I really look up to him. I really love what he's doing over at his channel, Timcast. Timcast IRL. Without him, I wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't be chasing my dream of political punditry and doing political and data analysis. So big shout out to that guy. If you haven't already, go follow him. Tim Pool, Timcast IRL, and Timcast are his channels. Go follow him. He's a really smart guy. He's got a lot of great information to break down. All right, now on to what you all watch my videos for, the news. Let's hop on over to this Texas Tribune article. More than 9 million Texans have cast ballots so far, surpassing the state's total votes cast in 2016. Texas's population is growing, and it extended its early voting period this year due to coronavirus. Experts are predicting the percent of registered voters who cast ballots this year will be higher than it has been for years. The number of voters who cast ballots in the Texas early voting period this year has now surpassed the total number of people who voted in all of 2016 in the state of Texas. Through Thursday, 9,009,850 have voted so far this year, with 1 day of early voting left. So early voting in Texas ends today. That amounts to 53% of registered voters. In 2016, 8,969,226 Texans cast a ballot in the presidential race. Texas has added 1.8 million registered voters since the 2016 election, and overall percentage turnout is still below 2016's turnout of 59.4%. Through October 29th, 53% of registered voters had cast their ballots. That's wild, especially considering we're likely to see double that. By the time all the election day votes and mail-in ballots are counted, Texas will likely hit record-breaking turnout levels this election, surpassing 60% of registered voters for the first time since early 1990s. The surge in voters is in part due to high turnout during early voting and increases in registered voters in Texas' growing urban and suburban counties, but other factors of timing are also at play. So this is crazy. We're seeing this massive spike of voting across the nation and in Texas. And remember, the information was Democrats are going to vote by mail, Republicans are not. Well, if this is the case, Trump's going to win Texas in a landslide. He's going to win Texas in a landslide because Trump is already winning Texas by early voting, by mail-in voting, by about 15%. He's destroying Biden. There's no way with this information that we have right now that Biden's going to win. Something massive would have to change between now and Election Day for Biden to win Texas. Something massive would have to change for Biden to win Texas. And so I've taken the liberty of going through and looking at party affiliation. So this is a couple weeks old, so it's likely outdated by 4 or 5 points for either party. And we see that approximately 29% of Americans are affiliated with the Republican Party, 38% are somewhere in the middle, and 31% are registered with the Democratic Party. So what does this mean? Among battleground states, we see that Biden is only winning by 0.3%. Now, nationally, it's a little bit bigger. He's winning by about 7.1 points. But look at the total votes cast so far. Biden's only winning by about 5.2 million votes. 5.2 million. This is a key number. Keep this in your head. Biden's only winning by 5.2 million votes. So let's extrapolate this out to every single individual state and then bring it all back together. So, as I said, if this is accurate, 29% of Americans are Republicans, 31% are Democrats. So we're looking at approximately these votes right here. Okay, so let's extrapolate this data out to every single state and then back together to the national vote. There are approximately anticipated to be about 150 million votes in this election. So for a moment, let's set independence aside, and let's point this, assuming that everyone votes their party lines. Okay, we look at the votes that have already been cast, and we basically double it, okay, to 150 million, and we see that the Republicans are going to win about 43.5 million votes. The Democrats are going to win about 46.5 million votes. What does this mean? It means they're currently leading by 5.2 million votes. But the gap could close by about 2.3 million votes. We see this in votes that have already been cast versus votes that will be cast. And we haven't even looked at independent votes yet, which tend to vote about 60-40 Democrat. So we're going to see about 17 more million votes for Democrats and about 15 million votes for Republicans. So we're going to see maybe Joe Biden potentially win by about 6 million votes, same margins as Clinton in 2016, but Trump's going to win all of the swing states necessary to win the election. That's my prediction. All right, now on to some other news of the day. Brian Stelter tweeted out, and this is pretty representative of the Democratic Party right now. Brian Stelter tweeted out, "Someday we're going to look back and wonder, why wasn't the president leading daily coronavirus task force briefings from the White House when the virus ripped across the country in late October of 2020? Oh no, Donald Trump, he's so orange and so bad." Well, maybe, as I tweeted back at him, maybe because people like you ridiculed him when he was doing daily task force briefings from the White House. Right? If you're older than 10 years old, right, you should be able to, and if you've been paying any number of attention, you've got 6 combined brain cells, you'd be able to remember Brian Stelter was one of the many people that criticized Trump for doing daily task force. So this piece by Fox News, "Success of Trump's daily coronavirus briefings has media changing tune," critics say. The mainstream media were clamoring for regular press briefings from President Trump and his administration long before the coronavirus crisis escalated. Former press secretary Sarah Sanders stopped the daily routine in early 2019, and they eventually came to a halt altogether, much to the chagrin of many media members. But after Trump and his coronavirus team, including Vice President Mike Pence, Dr. Anthony Fauci, U.S. Surgeon General Dr. Jerome Adams, and Dr. Deborah Birx, began providing them on a daily basis in late February, some media members said their networks should stop airing them, leading critics to question the sudden about-face. Before coronavirus totally dominated the nation's psyche, it was commonplace for mainstream media to complain that President Trump and his administration had ditched daily press briefings in favor of less formal gaggles, sometimes drowned out by the noisy Marine One. Whatever. But the coronavirus pandemic put Trump and the White House task force in the James S. Brady press briefing room on a daily basis, and when it did, some of the same media complained the press conferences shouldn't even air. So this was written back in March. Brian Stelter over here flip-flopping like a fish out of water on the deck, throwing temper tantrums as he does. Speaking of throwing temper tantrums, That is exactly what Black Lives Matter is doing in Philadelphia. BLM mob violently chases Jewish men showing solidarity at Philadelphia protest. All right, get ready to see another drop in BLM support. Jewish men who said they were trying to show solidarity with Black Lives Matter protests were violently chased away by the mob and ridiculed as being part of the, quote, synagogue of Satan, according to the disturbing video posted online. Let's take a look. What exactly is happening?
Y'all gotta go. Y'all gotta go. This ain't y'all fight. Y'all gotta go. Okay, but you showing solidarity. We don't need no solidarity. Okay, good. Okay. Walk off. Let's walk. Let's walk. Start. Walk. Yo, start. Get the out. Get the out of here. Get the I'm about to get trash, cuz. Go. Philly waking up. Revelation 2:9, the synagogue is safe.
Yikes. The minute-long clip circulating on social media shows 3 men standing in the street during the protest sparked by the deadly police shooting of troubled local black man Walter Wallace. Amalek, what y'all doing down here? You don't live here, someone asked the men, referring to the Amalek tribe, which the Jewish Virtual Library says was the first enemy of the ancient Israelites. Yikes. This is crazy. Y'all know we the real Jews, right? Continues the raspy voiced man who appears to be the one filming the clip. This ain't your fight. Y'all gotta go, another man tells them, as others start ganging up on them, shouting for them to leave. We're just showing solidarity, one of the Jewish men politely tells them, agreeing to leave, but being surrounded and repeatedly told, get the F out. One of the protest group, hiding behind a full face mask, violently pushes one of the Jewish men, and several appear to follow them as the abuse continues as they leave. Philly waking up. Revelation 2:9, the synagogue of Satan, the man who confronted them, says as they leave. Oh, jeez. Oh, gee, oh, golly. Let's see. What was that text that man was saying? Revelation 2:9. Let's look at that. Just to see what it says. Good grief. Revelation 2, verse 9. I know your tribulation and your poverty, but you are rich, and the slander of those who say that they are Jews but are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. That's sad. That's sad. I know your tribulation and your poverty. So now, because these Jews are theoretically rich, which is an anti-Semitic idea to begin with, but because these Black Lives Matter protesters are under the assumption that these Jews are rich, therefore those Jews are not actually Jews, but because these black people are poor, they are the real Jews, and therefore these rich Jews are of Satan. I'm not even going to get into the textual analysis of this Bible verse. I'm not even going to get into all of the reasons that this man is wrong, but I will tell you, this man has no fundamental understanding of the Bible. This man has no fundamental understanding of the Bible. He has no idea what he's talking about, and I sincerely hope someone is able to school him very soon, and he gets what he deserves, and he gets what's coming. All right, like I said at the beginning of the video, hit that like and subscribe button. Share this video with your friends. Thanks for watching, and I will see you here tomorrow.